So, I want to hear about your early life. Where you from? What brought you into the world of hip hop? All that shit.
Yeah, I'm from Sonora. That's the state under Arizona. I was born there, so when I was like, my first approach through hip hop, I was always like an artistic kind of kid. Like I used to draw and everything, so I got into graffiti. I wasn't really writing when I was like 9, 10 or whatever, but I used to look at it. I used to love it and shit. So at that time, we moved to Arizona. That's where I started like really doing graffiti and stuff and got into listening to hip hop. So I had some cousins over there. They put me into the gangsta West Coast shit, everything, like the classic shit. And one of my cousins put me into Nas, Wu Tang, and that shit kind of blew my mind a little more, because I was like, oh, this is like the shit I want to do, like some lyrical shit. So my graffiti homies, they used to put me into music too, and that's how I started like loving this music, man. Like getting the best from the commercial shit and the underground.
So you was it was hip hop when you were growing up. Was it mainly because you moved to Arizona, or was hip hop popping in Mexico too?
Um, I, they had some groups over there in my city. Yeah, it was kind of popping. And I wasn't really into it till I got to Arizona and stuff.
My boy Duno's crazy with the graph too.
Yeah. Shout out those three writers over here.
Come on, bro.
Shout out one of the first elements of hip hop that goes very underrated because a lot of people don't know Fat Joe was a writer.
Exactly.
You
Crack.
think? Crack.
People don't know how that's how he got his name, Joey Crack, because when he would be catching spots, he wouldn't have a belt on, and this is the baggy jeans era. Shit would be hanging low on his ass, and you could see his crack. That's where people think it's from him selling crack. That's really how he got the name Joey Crack.
It's crazy.
Crazy, right?
And then moving to Arizona, how was the change like with lifestyles and stuff like that, like adjusting to new friends and a new language?
Yeah, I had to adjust quick. That's how I learned English. Cause I went to elementary school, like just 6th grade, and I went to middle school, and in middle school, like I got into a fight with the main food from the Mexicans and stuff. So I had to kick it with Chicanos, other people that spoke English. So that's how I developed speaking English quicker, though. So it was pretty cool, man. Like to adjust over there. And I used to kick it with my cousins a lot and go riding, and I was really deep into graffiti, like stealing paint, like doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, what was your graph name?
Eptos.
Oh, Eptos was your graph name too. My name is Duno.
Oh.
Yeah, Lush. You feel me?
Yeah,
Lush.
yeah,
Yeah. Did you what part of AZ was you in?
Phoenix.
Oh, you was in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay. Phoenix is a pretty wild city. People don't really know much about it. Like, what was like? Were you in the hood in Phoenix? Like, what side of town and all that?
I was
You
in
La Feniquera, man.
La Finiquera and in the west side, man. But I used to move around the central area too. I was over there in 19th Ave and Camelback, around that area.
I know that there's a Van Buren. That's where all they be selling dope, and there's the prostitutes and all that.
You
feel
know
me?
where they sell dope in every
Yeah,
state.
bro. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. But so it's crazy because we were just talking about when you hitting those border towns. Like there's Chula Vista, and you got TJ on the other side, and then El Paso, and you got Juarez on the other side. And when you're looking at El Paso, it's a pretty hood city itself. It's not like a super nice town, but you see a notable difference between that and Juarez. And it's just like, is that when you were like growing up in Mexico, what was like the biggest difference as far as like the way it looked, like what you were doing coming up?
Yeah, definitely the way it looked, and it's just a whole different culture, because there's more businesses over here and people investing in the city, so that makes the city, like when you look in the border town over there in Sonora, they got Nogales. They have Nogales, Arizona, and Nogales, Sonora, so that's the little border town. But it's way different, man, because you see like it's over here everything's like brand new, and you see everything over here like falling down and shit. In those areas close to the border, but other than that, it's pretty cool. People are great over there. The food's amazing. I love it.
And Alcicino also makes some fire music, but I feel like that's where you really shine. Like you're dope freestyle battler, you're dope with the writtens, but your music is off the chain.
Oh,
And,
definitely, bro. It's because I was always in. Thank you, I appreciate it. I was always into music first. Like before I started making music and freestyling. Actually, I started like freestyling in English because my tagger homies they were doing it. They were older than me, and I used to see them freestyle, and I was like, oh shit, I want to do this, you know. Well, I got smoked once, like in school. I battled this guy, and fuck, I died. But from then, I just kept doing it. But I had to move back to Mexico when I was like 15.
so you had to go back. Were you kind of like, fuck? Did you want to like not
Yeah.
want to leave AZ and all that?
But I was already like passionate about graffiti and music, so I had to leave. You know, some shit happened over there, and I had to dip. And I met some fools that were tagging over there in Mexico when I came back, and one of them told me, "No, my homie records rap artists. You should go over there." So that's how I started making my first songs. But it was always about making music for me. But I started using the battles, just to make a name and stuff.
Fire. How different is the graffiti scene in Mexico than it is in America?
Yeah, over there it's really they don't really buff the graffiti, so it's all tagged up. So that's pretty cool. About
That's
that.
just nice. I painted out there well, not in Sonora, but I painted in TJ before.
Yeah.
Because also it's a little more easier. Like if the cops pull up, like here's $20, leave me the
Yeah.
fuck alone. Let me finish this big ass piece and shit.
Yeah, you can even tell them like just take care of me while I finish this piece and stuff. Like people do shit like that, bro. Like they just give me like.